Fun fact for you. Did you ever see Scamper doing the apple dance on our TikTok channel?
I think I did.
That's me.
Of course it is.
And it was my idea. I went up to Margie, our social media manager, and it was like, if I can do the apple dance in the Scamper costume.
And you and Scamper are BFFs.
Well, and what cracked me up with the costume was like...
It's not a costume. It's truly fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a second skin. Hello, and welcome to The Book Drop, Omaha Public Library's podcast about books, our community, and the joy of reading. I'm Maggie Peterson. I'm the Outreach Manager for Omaha Public Library, and I'm joined, as always, by...
Amy Bathard, the Partnerships Manager for Omaha Public Library. And we're so excited because we have a guest.
We have a guest, and you guys are bullying me by wearing sweatshirts. And I am not wearing one today, and I feel... a little bad about it.
And I really actually want the color of this sweatshirt.
I do too.
Yeah,
my husband got that one. Yeah,
that's a good color.
Yeah.
Hey, special guest, do you want to introduce yourself? Who are you? How did you get in here?
Hi, I came in through the door. I don't know why they let me in. My name is Grace Trembath, and I'm an assistant branch manager, and I will be at the new Central Library.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It's so close.
I'm very excited.
We're getting ready to pack up our building and move over.
Well, I was going to say, for Grace coming on here, this is a long and windy road because we wanted you to come on last year, and the scheduling didn't work out. And so when we approached you about this episode, which, spoiler alert, this episode is dedicated to the reading challenge. If you forgot, Amy and I are reading the challenges out of order this year because we're putting in the reading challenge where we think they make the most sense. So
That's true.
I think this is reading challenge number 9, actually.
And we're podcast bosses.
And we just kind of do what we want, and no one's told us to stop doing that
Or
yet.
feral. Whatever. I don't know.
Rabbit.
We did talk about you
So many
biting
words.
people earlier.
It's true, Grace. Yes.
Amy possibly bit a teacher when she was a child.
I think I did.
Really?
I think it
Or
was.
did we-
I tore up some books. And look
Emotionally
where I'm at now.
With your ears or your
Here
mouth?
you are. Look at me now. Yeah.
They love me in this library.
Well, anyway,
Yes.
last year we wanted to do a Bridgerton episode.
Mhm.
Grace jumped immediately. Was like, yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes, please let me come on. And then we couldn't get when we needed to record, we couldn't get the timing for schedules worked out. And we're like, oh God, we'll come back around. Well, this year, Grace, you submitted for this reading challenge, which was a love story. And what did you think to yourself though when our producer reached out to you about being on?
I thought, oh my God, they want me on the podcast. Do they want me to talk about Dew Space?
Mhm.
Oh wait, it's about a love story. I wonder if they remember that I put my name in for that Bridgerton episode like a year or two ago. Oh wait, I submitted that reading challenge prompt. Was very confused and then looked at it and went, okay, no, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So was it 2 years ago that you submitted the prompt?
Oh no,
we just skip
it should have been in the past year.
Oh, okay. The past
I
year.
opened up the spreadsheet. It was May of last year.
Okay.
So it's been some time.
Basically 2 years ago.
in our lifetime,
Emotionally.
that was
Oh,
2
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
For sure.
With all the change we've been having, I still count as 2 years.
I just love this though. Then we're 2 for 2 then for our reading challenge guests when they find out that we want them on. They go, "Did I do that?"
I know. It's it's hilarious.
But I love every time it's, "Did I do that?" I mean, it sounds like me.
Well, I'm glad it's not completely off for them when they're like, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm like, and I don't know who that person was who submitted it. Because you like romance and love stories.
I do love
right?
romance and love stories. For reading, I am a big historical romance story.
Okay, so-
I am a huge. So when you said Bridgerton,
Yeah.
I said immediately. I've read all of them. I've read a lot of different authors. I love to talk about it, and it's not something that I feel like comes up often in readers' advisory conversations at branches. So I was like, if I can talk to anyone about this, I would be thrilled.
So on that note, we have to discuss Bridgerton. Season 4
absolutely.
is out. Have you watched?
Yes, I have. And I made my boyfriend watch all 4 with me. He was pretty
Good
happy.
for
He
you.
enjoys Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does hold that season 2 was the best season.
Yes. Cheers. Absolutely.
Yeah, big camping
Hard
season.
agree. Wait, you tell me, what's your ranking for the season?
Okay, I do. I gotta say, I love Kate and Anthony. I do love Kate and Anthony. I would probably say, 2, 1, 3, personally.
Okay.
2 being the best.
Without seeing the rest of season 4.
Yeah, without seeing the rest of season 4. I am very much enjoying season 4.
Okay.
I know that one of the common criticisms I see of Bridgerton is that it's too much focus on all the other stories going on.
They've started to build out a lot more.
They have built out a lot more, and it's been a little more like just drama or almost soap opera-y.
Mm-hmm.
I've been enjoying it though, and I really like the Violet, the matriarch of the Bridgerton series. Her storyline.
I'm
this
really
season,
gonna watch this
and
show.
seeing like a mature love as opposed to all of her children.
Yes,
has been enjoyable.
So did you read the books before you started watching?
No. So season 1 came out. I watched it because I was seeing so much buzz about it, and I was like, okay, I need to go watch this. I was kind of like, I might like it, might not. Really enjoyed it. Loved it. Was like, okay, the books are on Libby. Let me try this.
Let's see.
So I watched season 1, which is Daphne and Simon's story, and then I went and read Kate and Anthony's story, which is a second book in the second season. Immediately fell in love and binged it. And I also think it was at a time in my life that was like very stressful. I was doing AmeriCorps, which is a service program, and so I was going all around the country and leading this team of like 10 to 12 young people. It was very chaotic, and so it was very nice to be like, okay, now I'm going to go to my little Regency England happy world where I know there's going to be my little escape. It's good. I know there's going to be a happy ending at the end. And it's just kind of fun to think about. It's different people, different time.
Okay. I love it.
So that really was my gateway. I tell my mom, she loves Hallmark movies, and I always made fun of her growing up for it. And like, she pulled up the Hallmark Christmas movies. Nancy exposed. She pulled up the Hallmark Christmas, and she said, I've seen this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one.
I love that.
I was like, wow, this is a lot. I made fun of her all the time for it growing up. And I had the realization like a year or two ago that I went, oh, these are my Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. I know there is going to be a happy ending. This is my escape.
Yeah. You know exactly what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Nancy should do a nerd night about Hallmark movies.
I would love that.
I would.
And should we say who Nancy is to our guests?
How do you feel if we reveal?
Yeah, absolutely. My connection.
You might remember, I'm going to call her fan favorite because she's our fan favorite.
I know
she's
on
Nancy
podcast.
Nancy Novotny, our programming manager, is Grace's mom. And they are a deadly duo here at the library.
They really are.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Names.
Yeah.
Getting work done.
Yeah.
And I love that analogy though, because I see the thread of it's like, oh yeah, this is the modern era Hallmark movie a little bit. But it is like, you know what you're getting. You know, everyone's going to end up with a happy ending. Maybe not yet, you know, but it's like everything is guaranteed. So the other thing to remember too, with the Bridgerton novels, if you're not familiar, there's seven kids?
There's 8.
8 kids.
8 kids.
So every novel follows one of the kids' love stories. And so we're going to get one for every single one of the kids.
So at least 8 seasons?
We've got 4 more seasons.
Okay.
Well, in theory, it seems like now they've started rapidly combining because Francesca, it seems like, is maybe not going to get an entirely dedicated season, that it's possibly going to like split between now. Or do you think she's going to have it entirely?
She will.
Yeah.
I think she will. The way her love story is set up in the books, they had to have set up
because she really has a second act.
She has a second love, essentially. That's her kind of defining story. And so they've confirmed seasons 5 and 6 are for sure happening. So the theories are like it's going to be Eloise and Francesca.
That's what I've heard.
And the theories like who's going to come first. I'm hoping for Eloise for 5 and then Francesca for 6.
So are there still Bridgerton like events and balls and costume? Because when it first came out,
there was all the rage. Yeah.
Is that still happening? What's the word on the street?
I don't hear about them as much, but the new season just dropped, and that could reignite a little bit of a craze. There's also in the Bridgerton world, they had the offshoot of the Queen story, Queen Charlotte, but I think that's just going to be a one-off. I haven't heard of them doing a second series, but I also think they tied that one up really nicely of just like you get this peak of the early years of their marriage, and like this is kind of all you get.
Yeah,
but
all right, I think I might watch it.
I think you should. I
do
have to warn you, when I decided to start watching it and I heard it was like, oh yeah, it's like really hot and like hot Jane Austen. And I was like, okay, great. I have a giant window in my living room and my TV faces the window. And the first time I got the hot scene, I went, oh, it's that kind of, oh my God. And I had to get up and I closed my curtains real quick because I was a little worried if someone was walking by. Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely spicy.
Graphically spicy.
You will see butt cheeks.
You will see other bits.
Oh,
very much.
Okay, thank you.
Adult content warning. Close your curtains if you're watching with a television facing the street.
Which I want to hear about spicy books later.
Oh yeah, because you got a little. I recommended a book to you that had some spicy bits.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, well, spoiler. I'm gonna cue this up, and I'll tell you when we get to the book what Courtney and I, our marketing manager, who's been on to talk about Cozy, what Courtney and I rated this particular book for spice.
Oh, yeah.
When we talk.
Do you
Okay,
rate
okay.
books for spice? In your own head, you're like, oh, that's a 3.
In my own, very roughly. I'm not
Yeah.
super adamant about
Okay,
it, though.
yeah. I'm going to do it if prompted. If somebody's just
Mhm.
like, well, like, what's the
Mhm.
spice level? Especially if there's somebody, but all of it too is also dependent on the person. Like, I
Yeah,
think
for
what I
sure.
gave you, if it was somebody who'd never done a spicy book and maybe they're a little more like, I mean, like, oh, that's a 4.
I think it might be
I
a
got-
1.
You
Too
gotta,
much.
yeah, it's like, but for somebody, I don't know, it's all very
I know.
personality based. Because then there's also somebody who would have
Maybe a
called that book a
0.75.
0.5. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
They're all over. Yeah. It's a very personal.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it. I feel like my spice rating for basically any book is going to change depending on who I'm recommending it to.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone has different thresholds. Also have to mention, and we kind of talked about this off mic a little bit, maybe our producer will just stick in that conversation because we ended up talking about it entirely because we were too excited. And it is Wuthering Heights
Mhm.
is nigh. We're living in a
Mhm.
great time for love stories.
Okay. Also on Netflix? No.
No.
In the
It's
movies.
gonna
You
be
said,
in the
I
movie
asked this
theater.
again.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Well, and we pointed out that
Do you think Film Streams is going to have it? Or
Oh,
is
I
it-
think so.
okay.
Because we were talking like, it's going to be
A
the
Discovery
ultimate
platform
camp.
partner.
No, it's going to be the ultimate camp experience. Have you seen any of the stills that
I
have been
have.
released?
Yes. And the costuming has been probably what I've seen the most.
I think that's what I love about
It's so interesting.
like historical,
yeah.
the costuming,
Yeah.
the fashion.
You
That is
say
the
that,
best.
I want you to right now on your phone. I want you to look up.
the costumes.
Okay.
I don't think historically accurate is probably what
Yeah,
they
not
were
what I
going
would-
for.
not
I would
what
not
period
define most
pieces,
of it
I
as
would
historically
not.
accurate.
There's
So I think
one
that's
in
kind of that
particular.
camp factor.
Yes, and which Grace pointed out also before that Wuthering Heights is in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
Which what does that mean?
Yeah.
We'll find out. But I am excited.
I feel like I saw something from the director that was like, it's inspired by Wuthering.
Yes.
You know, it's not
Oh.
Wuthering Heights, it's inspired. by
Yeah,
it.
and I've said I think it's going to be
Oh,
a
this
hot mess, but like in a way that I'm here for. I'm going to have
forgot
such a good
Margot.
time.
Margot's in it.
Mm-hmm. Margot Robbie, beautiful
Yes,
Margot
she's
Robbie,
so-
who has a raging case of iPhone face, but that's fine. Again, this is the whole thing of like, nope, I'm here. I'm here. Charlie XCX is in it and did the
What?
music. She's
What?
in it. She is
Oh,
in
that's so
it. She
camp.
plays what? Oh my Lord. Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, one of the songs that she made for the movie, which I can't remember, she's got somebody she's working with her, like, but she does all the music for the movie. Have you heard I think I'm going to die in this house? Have you heard that?
Yes.
Oh, it's so haunting and intense.
That
And
was, I
Do
did
you
not
think
realize
that was
that is from the movie. No, that's her.
Okay.
Like she's at one of the
Well,
premieres.
I need to
I'm
see
finding
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Here, let me find
Bring
it.
up an image.
She does have iPhone face. I didn't really
What
think
is-
about
what do you
that
mean
before.
She's beautiful.
Her
Remind me.
face is too modern.
This face has
Mhm.
seen an iPhone. It's interactive with an iPhone.
Mhm.
Like there's just certain actors that it's like,
Mhm.
no. I think who's playing Heathcliff?
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi, borderline for me.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. Margot
Barry
Robbie is pretty.
Barry Keoghan, who was in Emerald Fennels, who
Sure.
is directing Wuthering Heights. He was in Saltburn, her last like big movie. I don't think he has iPhone face. That face looks like that could be a
Mhm.
Irish peasant in the 1800s. Like
Mhm.
there's you
Margot
know or
Robbie
you
is
don't.
too beautiful.
Yes.
You need, I feel like, more distinctive features almost for it. I feel like
Yeah, it's
Not to
too
be an
perfect.
iPhone.
not to be an iPhone.
Okay,
face.
guys.
Okay, it's
She
a
is
beautiful
quite
wedding
I mean,
dress.
she was literally
Polished.
Barbie.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful
She's
wedding
very,
dress. That is
very-
not what wedding dresses looked like back then.
No. Mm-mm. That is beautiful.
It's
And I
gorgeous.
love Margot
Yeah.
Robbie.
Oh,
as
she's
an
beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Amazing.
much.
And here's the thing. I'm not mad about these costume choices because I think they're going to play in. Oh no! I'm wearing quote unquote touch sensitive gloves, and they're
Knowing
not.
that she did Saltburn makes a lot of
Oh,
sense
yeah.
now
Mm-hmm.
from what I have heard about Saltburn and what I have heard about Wuthering Heights.
Look at that! Look how camp.
Oh.
That
I
is
love
like
it.
Oh.
leather.
Yeah,
I
that
love
looks,
it.
it's definitely.
I'm here for
Listeners,
it.
it is a white blousey gauzy top with a red pleather plasticky skirt.
Yeah.
Full. There's one more that I want to pull up that I have been obsessed with. Oh, there's also some still that I saw of her like seemingly eating a strawberry the size of an apple.
Oh.
Oh,
maybe
there's
she's
this
gonna
still
do
I saw where she's like
the
scratching at
apple
a
dance.
wall that
When
looks
does it
like
come
it's made
out?
of human skin.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Ever since you mentioned Charlie XCX, I just think of someone doing the Apple TikTok dance in the movie.
Oh, fun fact for you. Did you ever see Scamper doing the Apple dance on our TikTok channel?
I think I did.
That's me.
Of course it is.
And it was my idea. I went up to Margie, our social media manager, and it was like, if I can do the Apple dance in the Scamper costume. And
you and Scamper are BFFs.
Well, and what cracked me up with the costume was like,
it's not a costume. It's truly fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a second skin. I felt like I had to do because Scamper is a little cumbersome, I had to be like really big with emotions, and it does come across. But then Margie was also like, okay, now just do a take, just have fun, just like, just do dancing, because she was going to put it in on another like post that we did. And I was dancing as hard as I could, like huge movements. I was sweating. And then the video that appears with that TikTok, I look like I'm just,
oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because it's so, you have to, it's, wow. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I'm taking too much time with this. There's just one dress that I was like, what is this going to be?
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I think it's going to be great. It is going to be the mess of the season, but in like a really fun way, a really enjoyable way.
Okay.
Pulpy, campy, can't go wrong. Other thing I felt like we had to talk about for a love story episode.
Speaking of butt cheeks, heated rivalry.
People, right?
Oh my God.
That was the best transition I've ever heard. Thank you. It was so much better than I don't think we can legally do this episode and not mention heated rivalry right now.
Such a solid transition.
Oh,
that's
no,
really
that
good.
Was yours is better. Speaking of butt cheeks, heated rivalry. Amy, do you know much about heated rivalry?
No.
Oh, buckle in. All right. It is a book series. Like there's more. I don't know how many of these books there are. I have not read them.
Sounds very spicy.
I consumed.
Very.
It looked to me, I think it was actually somebody doing stand-up, but she formatted it in a way of like a nerd night talk. Oh. And all she did was heated rivalry. And then she just talked about the entire plot structure between all of the books.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because she talks like, they're here. He, for the first time, uses his real first name and doesn't call him by his last name in book 5. This has been a year and a half. There's something about like how she tracked it that I was like, wow, that's hilarious. I didn't realize that was the time structure. So Heated Rivalry is about 2 hockey players on opposing teams. They have a heated rivalry.
Sure.
They also end up in a little bit of a heated side piece quest.
Oh
yeah, because it's not like lock it down official. This is all very like undercover. They don't want people to know, both because they are afraid of kind of coming out, but also of the fact that they are enemies and they're supposed to hate each other. Netflix,
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
It was originally some Canadian company.
Oh yes, it reads very Canadian.
I mean, hockey, that makes
when
sense.
I have the parts I have watched read incredibly Canadian in a good way. But I watched that and I'm like, this is Canadian.
I love it.
So one of them is Russian, one of them is Canadian, and it is a multi-book series. It's another one that it's like very graphic love story.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, incredibly spicy.
Capital S.
It is everywhere. Before I got off TikTok, I'm off TikTok. I deleted it. Which huge.
I know.
It's opened up so much for me. But before I got off, there were a large amount of TikToks being made of the variety of people now who are attending hockey games for fun.
Oh, yes.
The people who had not considered hockey before now are attending. And then the joke and the funniness of them bringing scenes of when do they kiss? Like they have signs that they hang up. They're like,
oh my God, that's hilarious.
Only here for the kissing. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's a good time for romance. We've got lots of stuff out. The other thing I had to mention, this happened just before this week while we were prepping this episode. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about as far as like these little things happening right now. The Time Traveler's Wife. Did either of you read it?
I have not.
I think I did years ago.
I read it right when it came out.
Right.
I was in college.
And what year?
Oh, that would have been like 05, I think.
I don't want to date you.
That's okay. It's okay. I've had a horrifying moment the last couple of weeks where I'm talking to someone and they're like, oh, they're telling me where they went to high school. I go, oh my God, I graduated from there. They go like, oh, my mom did. And I'm like, oh, when did your mom graduate? Thinking maybe my mom knew them. And then they say the year and I go,
oh, I
what was your mom's name? And they tell me and I go, yeah, I knew her. Okay. And you're an adult? You voted before? Okay, great. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to go.
Here I am.
I got to go. So it's fine. It's fine. Oh, on this note, as I'm getting the kids in the car today, my kid told me his teacher, he said, you and my teacher, he said, did you know you guys are like almost the same age? And I said, I get what you're saying. His teacher just turned 50 this past year. And I just turned 40. So it's like, I get it, because he's also learning, like because the breakdown of the numbers. So for him, like 40 and 50 are neighbors. So that makes him close. And I get it. It's like, I wasn't offended, but I was also like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yep, you're right. Because she is 50. And how old is Mommy? He goes 41. I go, I'm 40. That is hilarious. How dare you?
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
All of this is neither here nor there. In 2005, I read The Time Traveler's Time, which if you have not read, I want to read it again, because I think the first time I read it, I don't know if I was in the right mindset. I think I'm a little bit more sentimental now than I was then. Sure. And I do think an element of sentimentality and nostalgia runs deep in the veins of this book. Right. It's beautiful. But in The Time Traveler's Wife, it is about a man who has a genetic disorder, basically, that causes him to randomly time travel. He doesn't have the ability to choose it. It's almost like when you think of somebody who has like epilepsy, that it's like they could just, but they can all of a sudden be like, oh, and like, I feel something's happening. It's like going to happen. And that's how he experiences time travel. And he'll end up at various periods in his own life. There's some beautiful storylines like throughout, but most of it focuses on the relationship with his wife. Sure. That he's here and he's not. He's, it's like, and he's here and he's gone. They made a movie, and then they made an HBO miniseries about it a few years ago. I feel
like I'm pretty sure I did read the book, and I'm fairly sure I saw the movie.
Yeah,
because all of that.
They were huge. It was a huge book. Mm-hmm. There is now a sequel, though, that just got announced this week that focuses on the daughter. In the book, he and his wife have one child who is also born with the same genetic issue. So it's about her navigating the time. So I don't want to spoil too much from the first book if people haven't read it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I do this all the time, too. I'm like, spoiler alert for a book that's over 20 years old.
I know, right?
As soon as you lose. I'm like, oh, God. But I think there's too much in there that I don't want to, like, give away.
So would you time travel if you could?
If I could control it, but I think for how his works, it's tragic and horrible. Like, he ends up missing out on so many points of his life because he can't control when the time travel happens or when he comes back. There's also just moments that he comes back and it's obvious that it's like something has happened while he's gone, and then everybody is like, oh my God, you're here. Like, how long are you going to be here? And he has no idea. And so it's a horribly disjointing way to live your life, is to come back and realize what you've missed in all that time.
So no.
Yeah.
Not in that way.
No.
Maybe if I could control it.
Yeah, you control it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that could be interesting.
They do that whole thing of like, if you went back in time and stepped on a butterfly, like, what would happen? Mm-hmm. I want to go back and kill so many butterflies. I just want to see what would happen.
Heard it here, folks.
Like, what? Well, one butterfly does this. How many? What happens if I step on all the butterflies? What if I go on a killing spree in the past?
Chaos.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll let you know if it happens. Maybe it already has. Maybe that explains why we've had such a weird few years. So many butterflies.
Butterfly mass murder.
Oh, my God. Yeah. The last decade even just feels so disorienting.
It's true.
All right. Maybe me.
The monarch population has gone down.
Maggie.
I'm sorry. I didn't know the thought. I put it in my future me head and just decided was going to
Maggie Peterson just sent the
butterfly killer, time traveling menace.
Complaints.
We're not letting you in the butterfly house at the zoo anymore.
I know.
It's too dangerous.
Every time I go in there with my husband, one lands on him every single time he's entered. He gives off some kind of pheromone or vibe. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it's the same thing with every baby in our family, because basically every baby will go through a phase where they're like, no, only my mom. Don't even look at me. Only my mom. It's like it happens with every single baby. Yeah. And every baby in our family also does that, except Fred a family like, no, only my mom.
Right.
Or Uncle Kyle. Like, and I think it's because he's like, it's not that he doesn't want to hold them. He's just indifferent about it. Like, he's not going to seek them out. And I think the rest of us bring too much weird energy.
Yeah. Going to the always aligning with the one person who doesn't like cats.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's.
Do they know?
Butterflies. I think they do. I think he can vibe that you want it too much, and they're too cool. It's the same thing with babies, and the same thing with butterflies. He's like, I don't care if a butterfly lands on me. And I'm like, I care so much if a butterfly would land on me, and that's why
I would love it. Absolutely. Butterflies are the cats of the insect world. I think that's our takeaway.
I was going to say that's the title of the episode.
Okay.
Butterflies are the cats.
Hilarious. Yeah, I love it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about you getting into romance. Was Bridgerton kind of your first romance that you got into?
Bridgerton really was the first romance I got into.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then I read the historical, I read Julia Quinn's series and really fell in love and just started binge the entire series and then started exploring other authors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've read most of them on Libby, honestly.
Nice.
Through OPL's Libby collection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love Libby.
Who were the other authors you kind of got into, other stories?
Yes, Sarah McLean is one I love. And I also really love, I would consider her one of the goats of historical romance, is Lisa Kleypas.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Easily. My more recent favorites have been like Evie Dunmore, Mimi Matthews, who I'll talk more about later.
Yeah.
And then Alexandra Vasti, or maybe Vasti.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are they newer on the scene?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are all of those are they historic or those?
Those are all going to be historical romance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Evie Dunmore and Mimi Matthews are very, I feel like, Victorian historical romance. Alexandra Vasti is a little more Regency.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So when you submitted for this reading challenge, like how did you envision it playing out? Like what was your vision for it?
And was it romance novels?
It actually was not inspired by a romance book for however much I love romance. It was inspired by a children's book.
Oh.
It was inspired by one of the Golden Sower nominees from last year, Ferris by Kate DiCamillo.
Okay.
And I wrote the teacher's guide for it. I volunteered at that group. And in the book, Ferris is an 8-year-old girl. And her grandma, Charisse, says multiple times, every good story is a love story. And that's a refrain throughout the story. And I really loved that. I really felt like it resonated with me.
Yeah.
And I know when we think love story, we think romance, but I don't think it has to be romance. I think there's so many different types of love.
When I looked at this reading challenge, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really going to have to read a romance novel. But then I thought about like, what else could you read that really...
It's love.
It is a love story.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a love story with food.
You can.
By the way, I don't have it yet, but placed a hold on a book about macaroni and cheese. That's love.
That was so much intensity.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I did.
The history of macaroni and cheese.
Whoa. Tell me more.
Stay tuned, folks.
I'll try any form of mac and cheese. All the noodles, all the cheese styles. That would be amazing.
And Kraft macaroni and cheese, what I grew up on.
Delicious.
I did see recently somebody who made his own powdered mac and cheese. Oh. He was trying to make a Kraft mac and cheese from scratch. Yeah. And so it's like he made his own noodles from scratch, first of all. So like those itty bitty Kraft style noodles. Right. But then the cheese I thought was fascinating. He literally just pulled out whatever sliced cheese he
dehydrated it.
He's like, he had a couple different, he dehydrated it a few times until it like snapped like glass.
And then
he just,
made it
put it in a food processor and it made it into a powder. And it looked really close. It was very orange. I thought for sure the orange was going to be more of a like an additive. Yeah. But it looked really close. And he's inspired me that I'm like, I kind of want to make my own cheese powder and see what are all the ways I can consume more cheese powder.
I have a dehydrator at home.
I've always wanted one. Okay. All right. Okay. Weekend activities. We're going to make cheese powder.
I love this. Grace, that is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I love your inspiration for this.
Yeah. Should we, speaking of inspiration, should we talk about some of the titles that we read?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Grace, why don't you kick us off? What are some titles that you would like to recommend for this?
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of love that isn't necessarily romantic love, my first title is The River Has Roots by Amal El-Moutar. It was published last year, and I actually also, sneak peek, nominated it for Top Shelf.
There you go.
And there is a little bit of romantic love in there, but really it's about sisterly love. And I would describe it actually as a fairy tale. So it's shorter, it's a novella, and it's about sisters Esther and Isabel. Their family has been charged with caring for magical willow trees at the edge of the human world and fairy. And then...
I want to read this right now.
Yes.
Looking at it.
And it's like, 200 pages, so it's a pretty quick read. Yeah. Until a rejected suitor tears them apart. It's a tender, lyrical fairy tale about language and the bonds of love.
Okay. Yeah. I also love that there's like willow trees because I grew up in West Virginia. There were a lot of willow trees, and it was my favorite tree until I moved to Nebraska. Until I met the red bud, and the red bud said, "No, I'm your favorite."
There you go.
I love that. Okay, that's going on my list.
The cover is also gorgeous.
Let me see
the cover art.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of that romantic love in there, but it's really about a sisterly bond.
Did you read us on, oh my gosh, so beautiful, on Libby or in physical?
Gorgeous.
I believe I read physical for this one, but we do have it on Libby as well.
Awesome.
What else do you have?
In historical romance realm, I have been loving a lot of Victorian historical romance lately. And one of the new series that also started last year is the Crinoline Academy series by Mimi Matthews. The first title is Rules for Ruin. It stars Miss Euphemia Flight and betting shop owner Gabriel Royce. They both have their sights.
I know. Wow.
Yes, very, very Victorian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They both have their sights set on Lord Compton. Euphemia wants to discredit him because he's blocking a women's rights bill in Parliament. While Gabriel wants to gain his favor in order to secure funds from him to reform the Rookery, one of London's slums. So they very much start off at odds.
Okay.
And one of the things I love about romance is, there's going to be a happy ending. Mm. And so it's seeing how the author gets to that happy ending. And there's a really common trope, the third act breakup.
Right.
Yeah. And people either love or hate the third act breakup, I find. But one of the things I love the most in romance authors is when that third act breakup feels very natural and doesn't feel forced. And I do really feel like Mimi Matthews, first of all, has excellent research in all of her books. She has a series before this about these horsewomen, and you can really see that she knows her stuff.
Okay. I appreciate an author who researches her content before they write about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So she really knows her stuff.
Yeah.
And what was I talking about?
Mimi. No.
Third act. Third act breakup. Yeah. She makes it feel so natural the way everything happens. It doesn't feel forced to me at all. Okay. And I think that's great. The other thing to note about this is going to be on the cleaner side. I know we've been talking a lot of spicy books. I just was looking at it and I was like, a closed door. Yes, it's going to be a closed door romance. It's something you can safely give to grandma. Not that I'm judging if your grandma reads spicy. All the more power to her. I just know what my grandmother reads. And it would not be something like that. So it's going to be a closed door romance. And all of Mimi Matthews' books are excellent. You can't really go wrong. But this is her newest one.
I love that.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh.
If we're also talking Victorian historical romance with kind of a feminist theme, I have to shout out Evie Dunmore in Bringing Down the Duke, which is one of probably my all-time favorite historical romance books. Also going to be Enemies to Lovers. It's a young suffragette who, through her suffragist society, is asked to kind of work on this Duke and get him to support the Married Women's Property Act in Parliament. And of course, they fall in love. But it really talks a lot about class difference. And that I think is very interesting. And Mimi Matthews, that Rules for Ruin also really talks about class difference because both Gabriel and Euphemia are orphans. And so that's very interesting seeing more of a working class background, but they're interacting with high society and what that looks like.
We bring that up. And the other thing that reminds me was back then, it's still hard now to kind of move classes, but especially back then, it's you are born and you die in your class and you don't really move up. That was not a thing to do. And then even if you did, the people then in that new class you're in would look down on you and not let you forget that you got from that.
Also a theme we're seeing in Bridgerton season 4.
Yes, that plays throughout.
Very Cinderella story of it is a maid that goes to a ball. And then Benedict Bridgerton, who is the second son to a Viscount.
He's a rake. Is he going to be reformed? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll kiss? I don't know.
You'll have to watch it, Amy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It's very Cinderella influence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me that other title that you just said.
I got it.
Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore.
Okay.
Whole series is great.
Okay. So we can document it, but also so I can put it on hold right now.
Yeah.
Also for selfish reasons.
Yes, I know. Those were great. I want to read all of them.
Yeah, I'm in.
Maggie, do you want to go?
Let me tell you about
I see one of your picks. I'm excited about it because I did read that years ago.
Oh, I'm interested to hear because all of my books are old. all of my books have been out for a while.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is what I really enjoyed about the challenge was because it was just love story.
Sure.
And I was enjoying leaning into all the ways that can play out.
Yeah.
And not just a traditional like romance. So the first one is one, I think I've talked about this book before on the podcast.
Sure
I've talked about the author and some of his other books
Yes.
before, but that's Kazuo Ishiguro's The Remains of the Day. I think it came out sometime in the 90s or late 80s, but it is one of those classics. What I like about Kazuo Ishiguro, he is like a British author to his core. He is of Japanese descent, but he might actually have been born in Japan and then moved to England.
Uh-huh.
But he has such a British sensibility about his writing.
Yeah.
Everything reads like he's like a T.S. Eliot, like. You read this much like how we could watch Heated Rival and be like, wow, this is so Canadian coded. Everything Kazuo Ishiguro writes, whether he specifies it's in England or not, I'll be like, wow, this was written by a British person.
Yeah.
This is so British.
Right.
So it's a beautiful story. So it centers on a butler who lives his life of service. And we talk about like the class system of not being able to kind of like move up or down. And he is somebody who does not fight that. That this is he is of the working class. He is of the serving class. And this is what he was born to do. And there's so much honor and dignity in it. And he works in this beautiful manor house. While he is there, the head housekeeper, he has fallen in love with entirely. He is completely infatuated with her. And you watch that she is also in love with him, and watch that this whole time of these moments where they almost break and like almost like want to be together. And she seems more likely to be the one to be like, yeah, let's do this. Like, I love you. Let's let's go off together. But he holds himself back so much. Meanwhile, the backdrop of what's happening is the lead up to World War II. His, the master of his house is starting to fall in line with the Nazis. And it starts to kind of take this butler, this is starting to kind of lose that shine a little bit about what's going on. I mean, he has a moral compass of like what's right and what's wrong.
Sure.
Some things that they're doing in the house to help two Jewish girls is also there's so much going on in this book. And I don't want to spoil it because it is beautiful. I will, spoiler alert though, I would say you will be devastated and heartbroken at the end.
Yeah.
It's not one that, I mean, you can say that it's like everything happens for a reason. And it's also, I think, just a lesson in taking the opportunities that life gives you. Yeah. Because you are allowed them.
Maggie.
You should take them. And
butterfly.
It's very butterfly. I didn't step on those. You shouldn't step on the butterflies. You should not time travel and kill all the butterflies in the past.
You like my random
for fun. I don't know. Do it. I don't know. Tell me if you do.
Yeah.
My next book, the next book I wanted to do, this is one that I would put outside the realm of romantic reading. Have either of you read Joan Didion's The Year of Magical Thinking?
But
you haven't?
I know. Isn't
that
wild?
was the one I thought you were going to say you read.
No, it was the first one, Remains of the Day.
You haven't read my third one? I forget to put the author in.
I don't think I have.
We'll talk about that one in a second. Have you read Year of Magical Thinking?
I want to because for great things. It's on my TBRs.
Yeah.
It has been for, I mean, how long has it been out?
Again, this is a long, it's been at least 20 years, I think.
Really?
Oh, it's old.
Okay,
It's old.
Why do I think it was?
This is another book, at least I read in college, and I think it was a fairly recent publish when it came out.
Another one that came out recently. No.
Notes to John. I think
Maybe.
it was published recently.
So Joan Didion, one of the eminent authors of our time, journalist, she's everything. The Year of Magical Thinking is about a period of time in her life where her husband and her daughter both passed away fairly close to each other. If memory serves me correctly.
You know that was a minute ago.
Oh my God. And I think I even said 2005. Look at my memory. 41 and no. Still kicking in. So her husband and daughter both passed fairly close to each other. If memory serves me right, in the book, it's just you watch the daughter actually pass and then the husband had passed later. It's not documented in the book, but it is talking about this year of like how she's processing this grief because it was an anticipatory grief. Like the daughter was hospitalized. She was in a coma. There was a number of things going on. So it wasn't like a quick, sudden death. It's very complicated. It is one of the most beautiful books I have ever read.
Okay.
I read it in 2005. I read it again after I had children.
Okay.
almost couldn't get through it. Her feelings of being a mother and her feelings toward her daughter are so deep and intense. You hear about them actually adopting her. This was their only child, and they adopted her. Okay. And I loved her name. Her name was Quintana Roo, after the location of Mexico. I just think that's such a cool name.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's talking about like this unraveling of the relationship, exploring it, the complexities of like a parent and a child, two people together wanting to have children and doing it together, and then what it's like to kind of lose that.
Right.
Not really lose, because you still always have them. It's just their physical form is gone.
Right.
It is a beautiful book. If you've not read Joan Didion, and you've not read this book, you have to read it.
Another tearjerker.
Oh, yeah. But a good emotional high. Like, it's one of those of like, oh man, you're going to process through some stuff when you read this book. Sure. It's so good. Yeah. When I thought of love, like, I thought of that book.
It's a love story.
The most recent book from Joan Didion was Notes to John.
Okay.
It was posthumously published last year.
Okay.
There we go.
And it consists of journal entries from psychiatric sessions she began in 1999, addressed to her late husband, John Gregory Dunn.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. My last pick is one of my favorite romance reads of all time, and there's probably a lot to unpack there when I say this. And if you've read it, you understand. And that's Colleen McCullough's The Thornbirds. Yeah. Published in 1977.
Wow.
A infamous miniseries. It is an epic. Like, this is you watch the
I love an epic drama.
The main character, I would say, it's a cast of characters, but it really centers on Maggie. She loves it. The whole world rotates around. Yeah. So they are in Australia during I can't remember the exact. Oh no, here it's 1915 to 1969 in Australia, in the outback, which was very remote. Still is remote, but you have to even think back then. So it's Maggie's family, which is a variety of Irish immigrants who are living there, and she ends up having a love story with another character who. That's where the controversy is going to come in. She meets him when he is a young adult, but they don't have a romance until they're much older, and there is an extra complication of he is a priest, guys.
Fleabag.
Yes. So Fleabag coded. Yes. Every time I watch Fleabag after that, I'm like, this is so Thornbirds. I love it. So there's that love story. Like, there's love there, but there's also what struck me is that Maggie's love for each member of her family and the complexity of that the relationship which she has with her mother is very complicated. She's kind of harsh. But also at the side of parenthood, and I think of like what's going on to that woman in that story of like, oh, she was terrified all the time, and the only way she knew how to process that was to like disengage her feelings. I mean, no, I don't care about this. She obviously did care about these kids, and she didn't care about this, but she was so afraid of losing them. And there's one part of that story. It's a big epic book, but there's at one point in the story where Maggie is watching one of her older brothers and her father have a terrible fight where this is going to be the end, and this kid is going to walk away forever. And I remember this of Maggie standing there, and she has the horror of the moment that she realized that she couldn't keep them both, that she was going to have one or the other. And that is something I think that happens to children still today. It's a line that really stuck with me. So it's love between family. It's love between a grown woman and a priest. Yes. It's a little bit of everything. It's a little pulpy. It's slightly campy. It's amazing. If you've not read The Thornbirds, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
One of my favorite books of all time.
Is it more romance or family saga, or kind of a combination?
Combination. Family saga is a great book. It is a saga.
Is it a big book?
It's pretty big. It's long. Amy's holding up her hands in a chaotic...
692, according to...
I was going to guess 700. I was like, no, that's too many.
It's like a Donna Tartt.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they say family saga as well. Yeah.
It's 100% worth it. It's family saga. The romance does play pretty heavily in the later half of the book. It takes a much bigger take of it. But that first part is still, it's love. It's family love. It's a love of how that get processed for a child for a number of things. I also really think it's a love story about Australia, about the wild outback and people who lived there, sometimes against their will. It's a great book. Yeah. And so again, I feel like all my books were old, but they're all things that I'm like, if you have not read this, you need to read this.
Okay.
Amy, close us out. What did you have kind of a slightly different approach for this, because what did you do for this challenge?
Well, for the first time ever, I thought, let's read a romance.
One of us.
Yes.
But I realized actually researching this, I have read a romance novel here and there or a love story. But let's start with the one I'm currently reading and can't put down. But I'm not finished yet.
How close are you to the end?
I'm probably like 75%.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening right now? Do you remember?
So let me just tell you the title. It's Book Lovers by Emily Henry.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody knows who that author is. She's so popular. And now I understand why.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a fun book.
We were in a meeting earlier this week and we were saying that it's like Emily Henry's kind of in a class all of her own.
Absolutely.
She's writing romance.
So
it's rom-com. It's a little smutty.
It's the
light,
banter.
spicy, very bantery.
That's my favorite part.
She has elements too of literary fiction. I'm sorry. Like there's parts of her books that I read that I'm like, if this had a different cover, if it didn't have cartoon people on the front of it and it wasn't marketed as a rom-com, this would have a wider appeal, or that more people. I truly believe that.
What are those elements that you see? I'm curious.
So I feel like the authenticity of her characters. I feel like her characters always read very true to life. Like I don't think any of these are caricatures of people.
Nope. Yep. I imagine all these things that she, like the way that she sets it up and the inner monologue, all of that. I'm like, very
and it's absolutely. And so in Book Lovers, I feel like what connected for me is that the thread of so much of who she is and about her personality comes from being a big sister. And it's like the choices that she's making. You can see it. Like it's not just a little a one-off. It is a through line throughout the entire book in good and bad ways and very subtle ways. And to me, that's what sets her apart is that it doesn't, when I read her, and it's not just in Book Lovers, and her other books too, I see it. Like even the ones I like, every Emily Henry book I've ever read, I just have like my favorites versus ones that I'm like, maybe, maybe I'll give this another chance another time. But like, I feel like that I see in every book she's ever written that she just writes differently.
I don't even know what year this came out, but there was a big hold list, and Maggie found a copy that she owned and lent it to me.
And we've talked about this when we've talked to Carl from the Bookworm, that it's like my threshold is that there's books that it's like, all right, I'm buckled in. I'm going to be waiting for 150 people to get off this list. But then there's some authors like Emily Henry. I'm just going to go buy the book.
Yeah,
because I know I'm going to want it, and I know I have friends that are going to want to read it.
So the one it's like an investment for you and your friends.
Yeah, exactly. And my coworkers,
paying it forward.
Take it. Yeah.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. So right after I finish it, I'm giving it to another one of my work colleagues.
Who has not read it.
There you go.
So tell us a little bit about Book Lovers.
Well, it's about Nora Stevens, and she is a workaholic, which, I understand that. Compartmentalizes. It has high standards of work ethic. I totally feel all of those things very much. And she is a literary agent, so it's all about books. Book Lovers. And she has a not so good first meeting with a literary agent. Book editor Charlie Lastra. And she's kind of like irritated with him. And then she meets him again in the small town that her sister drags her to, which I think is interesting. So I don't know what's going on with the sister, so I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, there's like a weird, there's
a whole other story there, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Just so you know, folks. But Charlie and Nora have this, they really, really desire each other, but are keeping those boundaries while Nora.
It's enemies to lovers.
It is enemies to lovers trope, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I always forget how to.
Okay, you're not in that. You're not in the space.
We're bringing you there.
It's true, but I love the banter because I think it's just hilarious, and that makes it go so fast. And then I finish a chapter, I'm like, okay, more, until I'm like, okay, gotta go to bed. It's like midnight. So it's so much fun, and I want to read more Emily Henry. So I will be looking maybe to you. Probably read her, Grace.
Right? I have only read Great Big Beautiful Life, actually.
Okay, that's what I'm starting right now.
Yeah, which I very much enjoyed, but I really need to read.
Okay, the rest. So I need to know what I should read next because I will.
Or do you want to stay in the Emily Henry realm?
I think I do, but I am curious about
kind of stretching out a little bit.
Yeah, why not? Grace, you've given me lots of titles that I'm going to explore now, which I love. So I love it. So thank you.
Yeah.
Emily Henry. There you go.
So one thing we talked about off mic is when I read that book, I had and this is on the note of, I believe it is every Emily Henry book, maybe possibly with the exception of Big Beautiful Life, because I don't think it had been published at that
Yeah.
point, but I'm sure this will be picked up too. Every Emily Henry work has been optioned for a movie or a miniseries.
I know.
Everything's getting made. So The People Who Meet on Vacation just came out.
Yep, that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, then maybe I need to read that book next because while I'm reading this book, I'm like, I need to see the film version of this because but I don't know who the characters.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask is if you had any thoughts. I have one person I had in mind when I was reading it.
For
who
Nora or
No,
Charlie?
for Charlie.
Oh.
I actually never had pictured anyone for Nora. It was just Charlie that whole time. But here's my thing.
Okay.
My Charlie, wouldn't make it would have worked even maybe 10 years ago, but probably closer to like 20 years ago. But
Well,
he's timeless. When I say the name, I do think it's one of those of like, they could work with it. They could age it up a little bit.
Do you know who I would pick and somebody who wouldn't fit in a role? But
Who?
I have a name.
Who?
So you go first.
Adam Scott.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes. Ben.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Very,
Parks and
very,
Rec. Yep.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yes.
It's,
Totally
it is
get
a
it.
version of that character, it
Yeah.
feels like.
Mhm.
And I think he does that well. I think he could do it.
So mine will date me.
Okay.
But I had a crush on him. Judd Nelson. Breakfast Club.
I could see it.
Amy, I have to look up who
really
that is.
enjoy.
So
He was like the
bad
punk
boy.
rebel boy in. He was also in a Brooke Shields 1990s show.
Oh, yep.
Look
Okay.
at that. That
Okay.
is
Uh-huh.
Charlie.
Mhm.
Look at that.
Mhm.
Brooding.
Mhm. This is
There's
him
a
now.
version of him in the
And he's
90s.
so
Wait, no.
cute.
Let me pull it up.
So
There's
cute.
a version of him in the 90s that I am picturing when you do this specifically. So in one of the fan castings I've seen on Reddit,
Yeah.
and people have talked about this for Nora, the most popular one
she's
I've
tall.
seen. Well, the most popular one I've seen is Elizabeth Olsen, and I could see it. To be honest,
Yeah. Okay.
I could see it.
Okay.
I can't remember any of the other castings on it, but that was the only one. It was like I didn't have anybody in mind for her. It was just of like I'm going to be open to that. Oh, the other thing the other thing I love about the movie or about that book specifically that cracked me up so much. One of the biggest the big opening for Nora is her talking about how basically, let's bring it back around to the Hallmark movies. She is the mean girlfriend in the Hallmark movies. That is her life.
Yeah.
Because she's talking about like how many of her exes go home to their small New England town and end up staying to marry a Christmas tree farmer's daughter. I mean, like, it's a person who owns a hot chocolate cafe. Like, it's happened so many times now that she works through like the whole list because it's like in all of those Hallmark movies when it's like a small town girl goes home and then she ends up falling in love with the small town boy. Maybe it's an ex-boyfriend from high school. Maybe it's this, but it's always like very Hallmark wholesome. Meanwhile, she has a whole ass fiance in the city that she is leaving behind for this. That is a person. That is a whole person that you left
Not just
behind
a plot device.
and a life. Yeah. And so that is another thing I really enjoyed about Book Lovers. It is like, it is her. She's there. And yes, she is. It's like,
And she's making fun of the tropes.
Yeah,
that
she
she's
is.
in
Yeah.
the tropes.
And she owns it. She's like, yeah, I'm kind of cold. I am. I'm a little cold. I'm a little stuck up. I am.
Right.
Here, I had a really traumatic childhood. Okay, I basically raised my sister and got us out of poverty, and now I'm afraid every day of failing her. Yeah,
and can't stop working because they're going to make sure that I'm financially solvent. So.
She's a real person. Again, Emily Henry, class all of her own. Love it. Amy, I've got some suggestions for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you do them now, but I've got some thoughts. There's something else I was going to say. I know we're making this too long.
So
but
when is
there's
this
one more.
movie coming out?
It's already out. It's on Netflix.
Yes. People we
Book
meet on
Lovers?
vacation.
No. People meet on vacation. I don't know where let me see where we're at with Book Lovers. I think it's one of those that's just like, it's just been optioned. Like the contracts are signed. It's like, this is the company that's going to make
But
it.
pretty much everything.
But I don't know when. Yeah.
It was announced in March 2023. Film adaptation in development by producer Tango.
I will want to watch it.
Yeah.
So I love the book. I'm not finished, but I think there's going to be more.
I loved it because drama. When we were talking about the People Who Meet on Vacation, when we were talking about the film adaptation, there are some edits they made from the book to putting it to the movie that I'm like, I haven't watched it yet, but I had heard of like the changes that they made. I'm like, that makes sense to me. Yep, they can move that. I understand why they did some of these things. One hang up that I had about that book, though, is the ending, in the sense that was my one criticism. That was the book that I read that I'm like, they're like, oh, it's going to work out. And I read it and was like, is it though? Long term? Like, aren't we just kicking a can down the road? That's my my little feeling with it.
Okay. I will happily take recommendations for both of you after I read everything that you suggested today.
Yeah.
Okay, really quickly, my other two was Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel. And I read the book. The book is fantastic. It has a food culinary theme. So it is really intense, as is the film. Highly recommend it. And it's basically, it's like, what is the trope? It's like the Romeo and Juliet trope. Like, you know, Tita wants to express herself and marry her love, but she can't because she has to take care of her mom. So that is Moms. And my last book, which I'm basically just going to talk about all of them. I mean, not all of them, but her catalog, Rainbow Rowell, our local Rainbow Rowell.
We love Rainbow
I mean, that is like love stories galore, right?
I feel like she has a love element in basically all of her books.
And of course, Eleanor Park was an Omaha Read selection.
It was.
I swear, I want to say
the people still love it. When I was prepping for this episode, I did a couple little Googles.
It's still on hold. Hold list, big time.
I looked at the reading list that was suggested for this one, but then I also just like some light Googling, and I looked at some Reddit posts, and basically every Reddit post suggests Eleanor Park. Yeah. Everybody wants,
And I listened to that one, believe it or not. Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
and I forgot that was a love story. So I have actually read a love story.
Yeah.
Love story.
Yeah.
But she has Cherry Baby coming out.
Brand new.
Right. And she actually is at the Bookworm right the day before we open.
I love that.
Big weekend in Omaha for book lovers.
And I love that she's from Omaha. I feel like a lot of people are always surprised, even people who are not from here but live in Omaha.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you know, Rainbow Ralph lives here. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. We've got cool things.
It's true. And she's
got
dedicated.
cool people.
I also love that she'll have like 5 or 10 like national events. One is always at the Bookworm.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Should we see if we can go to the Bookworm and just get her to record like 2 minutes of podcast if we just like talk really talk?
Let's talk about
Carl. Oh my god.
Okay, and that's it.
We're if you didn't hear, we are doing also our queries a little differently this year. We used to ask a query every single week. This year we are doing a query of the month. So every week we're going to plug this little question in there, and we will read all of the answers at the final episode that airs that month. So February's query is: we want to know all about your favorite local content creators and influencers.
I can't wait to.
We've already got some answers, and they've been good.
I know they have been good, but I'm also curious if there's going to be anything that folks submit that I don't know about.
Do you think a real estate agent account on Instagram counts as a local content?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, I know
They're here,
a couple.
working.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, can I say it? Kara Loves Omaha. She's amazing.
I think I know that.
I think I followed her. She does a lot of like older houses and like Dundee and
I think I followed. I
love
followed her on there.
Yeah.
I'm just a nosy little goose. I like going to people's houses, and if I can do that from the comfort of my own home with my phone, all the better. Yeah. No, I'm big on the yes and for this. Of like, if you even question to yourself if they should be submitted, submit them. Let us decide if that was the wrong call. I can promise you, it won't be.
It's true. We take everything.
Take it all.
Yep.
All right. This has been the most enjoyable afternoon of my entire life.
Thank you, Grace, for
Thanks so much for having me.
You have signed yourself up.
Thank you for letting me talk about historical romance with other
You're
people.
back on. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Oh, thank you. I love to hear that. I have to read even more. I always say you can tell how stressed I am in my life by how many historical romance books I read in a row.
Whoa. I love it's kind of like that.
You have to find me during one of those periods.
Sure. It's like the pizza index. Do you have the pizza index in DC?
Oh, yes. Yeah, when they all order from Domino's or whatever. Yeah. It's like, okay,
there's people who track pizza orders, within a 5-mile radius of the Pentagon, and it's like if it starts to peak up, it means something's going on.
Historical romance, like,
this is how we track. Yeah,
they're opening a new library.
Yeah, romance in 3. 1, 2, 3.
Romance.
I realized as I was doing it, I made Emily do that for the happiness episode. 1, 2, 3. Happiness. Is this our new closeout?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Every book, resource, or thing that we mentioned that we can link to on the internet can be found in list form in our episode description. So if you missed something we talked about, check out that list.
The Book Drop is produced by Omaha Public Library. Our theme music is Trapped in Amber, courtesy of the band Lucid Fugue. Don't forget to subscribe to The Book Drop on your favorite podcast app and like and follow Omaha Public Library on social media.